Hi guys, here from Tbilisi, here at the Rustaveli monument, and here at this beautiful monument I want to make a declaration about Georgia to join the European Union, because that's really very important. And it was always a European country, there's no doubt. Rustaveli himself, he was a hero fighting in the Crusades, and he's died in Jerusalem, and he is a very European personality, no doubt. I think at that time, nobody in the 12th century, nobody doubted the Europeanness of Georgia. But now comes Macron, and he comes and he says no to Georgia. And there's others, unfortunately, who say no to Georgia because they seem, of course, to be worried about Georgia's pro-Russian direction. But, of course we should be always worried about pro-Russian direction. In Austria and in France, many are on the Russian payroll. But here Georgia must be in the European Union, because otherwise we push the government much more into the Russian dependency. The European Union is the answer to all these questions. And we should give a clear yes to Georgia in the European Union. And we must Europeanize the Georgian economy completely, starting with the euro. Here is the beautiful European flag, and I'm sure Shota would have agreed with me that it's time for Europe, for Georgia to be fully inside the European Union, and of course together with Ukraine, because we shouldn't play the divide and rule game of Putin. I know he pays people in the Georgian government, and he has some influence here, there's no doubt. But also on the other side of the Caucasus, there are the Russians and the Russian army. And similar like the Albanians and the Kosovo Albanians didn't have really the idea of a southern front, which the Croatians so much wanted, and the Slovenians in the Balkan Wars. The Georgians really don't want to have a new war here, because they think they will be alone and Europe will not help them. So that's probably also the fact that we won't help them, and the Americans won't help them, because otherwise they would include them in NATO like the Western German country in 1955. So ultimately they are militarily quite alone. They know that, they're very careful, and they have a reason to be, because Russia has all this access just over the mountain in South Ossetia. They are sitting already, and they have occupied Abkhazia, so it's very difficult for them. So what we should do, to be realistic, is to get them into the European Union, give the candidate status, and at the same time have the euro for Georgia, and make it that way very clear that Georgia is a European country and it's lost for Russia, and they cannot do a war for the euro or for EU potential candidate status. And then very rapidly the war must be avoided, but the Europeanization of the economy must be the most important priority. Of course with the currency, but also with the trade routes, because for this country it's really very difficult. The Black Sea is basically closed. Russia, we ask them to decouple, and it's very good, and that will happen as well. But of course the Georgian products are more famous in Russia. And we need to explain that the Georgian wine is very good, that the Georgian products are very good. We need to have a state-led European-wide effort that these products can be sold as well on the European market successfully and in volumes. And we anyhow have a crisis of supply in Europe, and then let's bring the Georgian products to our market. And that's why Georgia must be in the customs union and must be fully integrated, and that's the way to do these things. And so that's basically the way for Georgia to be fully in the European customs union, in the European trading system, and that's the best way to get this done. And I think it's logical to do that. I think it's very logical, but it must be a state-owned effort, a state-led effort by the Austrian, German, Italian government to promote the Georgian products and to make them very, very much easy to be also accessible. And that can only be because the Russian market is closed, that the access is very difficult, obviously, and the commercial links are gradually cut. And then obviously the Iranian market is cut. So where to sell? Of course to Azerbaijan, Armenia, but obviously it is via Turkey, when the Black Sea is more or less closed for shipping and for commercial shipping. So it's the Turkey. So here it's even more important than it was before, that Turkey and Georgia that Georgia joins the EU customs union as well, in order, and CEFTA and the customs union ultimately, and very fast so, because they need, of course, the logistical access towards the Turkish infrastructure in order to sell to the European market. And of course the tourism must be promoted as well, that European tourists come to this country and in droves. And that's also very important, because many of them will think that it's connected to the Ukraine war, and then they don't come, because they think, if my parents were thinking, oh, that's very close, it can be dangerous. And it's not dangerous to come to this country. The problem is much more politically, because now it should also not be somehow occupied by anybody, this country, and nobody should monopolize the situation. Everybody looks at me what I'm exactly doing. Hello. Hello. Are you for Europe? Are you for Europe? You're for Europe? Yes, she's for Europe, yeah. Hello, you want to say something? Europe, Europa? Europa?
Almania.
Almania, yeah. Are you for Austria? No? You want to go? Are you for Europa? Europa? Zakatlovo? Europa? Turkey. Bravo. It's very good as well. She is from Turkey, and she sends her regards, and she says, hello everybody. And as I say, Turkey is of course a close partner. And you see again how important it is, what I always say on my tweets, that we need an infrastructure initiative to connect Turkey with the Southern Balkans. We need to have the investment bank, and we need to change our relation with Turkey. Not EU membership, but we need that Turkey is also fully integrated in the economic system, upgrading the EU-Turkish customs union fully, and making sure that we have a major infrastructure interconnectivity initiative paid by the EIB, that we have Turkey fully integrated in our infrastructure union, in our energy union, and that Turkey breaks with bravo, solidarity. She is for solidarity with Ukraine. Bravo, Turkey. And many bayraktars.
Bayrak.
Very good. Mahaba. My Turkish is not so good. Güle, I can say.
Yeah, Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Bravo, Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Oh, Turkish is nice.
Good. Yeah. Turkish. Azerbaijan is friend.
Yes.
Friend of Europe. Bring us a lot of gas. In Azerbaijan, they are in solidarity with Europe and with Ukraine. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's very nice. Azerbaijan is a friend, and they should also conclude a free trade agreement with the European Union, have an energy partnership, and join the energy union of the European Union. Azerbaijan is very welcome for all this. And that would be also very good, because they all should be in the Regional Cooperation Council, as I say all the time. Hello, Georgia and Ukraine and Azerbaijan and Armenia. The Southern Caucasus will be with Europe. Russia is in decline, and we don't need any Russian power and tanks to threaten us and to annoy us. We need to be free in Europe, and the Southern Caucasus is our regional partners, and in case of Georgia, our future member. And we need to be clear to Russia that it is a failing, brutal terror state, and we need peace in Ukraine, and we need to get all this done very fast. This is from Rustaveli, my commitment, and please, opposition, don't monopolize the European direction, but we need a European consensus to work together for Europe, all sides of the political spectrum here in Georgia, to be united and to work closely together, because otherwise it's getting very toxically divisive, and that's very wrong. Absolutely. So together to Europe and together in Europe, that's the message here for Georgia from Rustaveli Square. And please, France, do not stop this European nation to join the European Union. Oh, very good. Rustaveli is a great European. He's a friend. Thanks a lot. All the best. Please subscribe, and more to come from Tbilisi. Bye.